Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Moyer. Today we're going to divide a decimal by a whole number. So the decimal is going to be inside the box when you're dividing, which is a dividend, and the divisor, which is the bottom number set up as a fraction, will be on the outside. The most important thing you have to remember is that you move your decimal point up into your answer, which is called the quotient. So I'm going to put my 5 and 48 hundredths inside the box for the dividend, and the 2, the divisor, outside. Most important thing, make sure that decimal point goes straight up in your answer. And you divide like normal. 2 goes into 5 twice. It goes above the 5, which is 4. You subtract, you get 1. Bring your next number down, which is a 4. 14. 2 goes into 14 7 times, which is 14. Subtract, I get a 0, but I still have one more number to bring down. So 2 goes into 8 4 times, which is 8. I subtract, and I get a 0. So my quotient answer is 2 and 74 hundredths. If you didn't have your decimal point in there would not be 274 two whole ones in 5 and 48 hundredths. So 2 and 74 hundredths. We do another one. You guys can practice it beforehand if you want, before I do it. So you take your first number, goes inside the box, which is 17 and 24 hundredths. The dividend, and 4 is the divisor. Go ahead and make sure you move your decimal point straight up in your answer, since that divisor is a whole number. 4 goes into 1. It doesn't happen. But 4 can go into 17 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Subtract, you get 1. Bring your 2 down and make 12. 4 goes into 12 3 times. You get 12. Subtract, you get 0. But I have one more number I need to bring down, even though I got a remainder of 0. So 4 goes into 4 1 time, which gives you 4. Subtract, you get 0. So you are done. It does terminate. So you get 4 and 31 hundredths for your quotient answer. So we have 2 more to do. If you'd like to practice these before I start them, you may practice them before I start them. So we need to go to the next slide. So there we go. So you're going to take 37 and 92 hundredths divided by 12. So the first number does go inside the box. Divided by 12. It is a whole number, so move your decimal point straight up into your answer. 12 goes into 37, does not go into 3. Goes into 37 3 times, which is 36. We subtract, you get 1. Bring your 0 down to make 10. And 12 goes into 10. It does not go into 10, so you have to put a 0 above that 0. It goes in 0 times. Bring your next number down. So you have a 10 with a 9, makes it 109. 12 goes into 109 9 times, which is 108. Subtract, and you only get 1. Bring your last number down, which is a 2, which makes it 12. 12 goes into 12 1 time. So our answer is 3 and 91 thousandths. And this one is a little bit different because there's not a decimal in either number. So we got 147 divided by 15. So you just start dividing. 15 cannot go into 1. 15 can't go into 14. So you have 15 into 147, which is 9 times. If you don't know your multiplication, you take 15 times 9 on the side. That's 45. And that's 9 plus 4 more is 13. So you get 135. Subtract, you get 2, 1, 12. But I need to keep dividing. If I add a 0, I just change that number to 1,470. So you got to put a decimal point in there to keep it as 147. That means the decimal has to go in your answer. So you bring it down, which is a 0, and 15 goes into 128 times. If you didn't know that, you'd go on the side. 15 times 8 has to be less than 9, which is 40. 8 plus 4 more is 12, so 120. So it does terminate with 0 as a remainder, so my answer is 9 and 8 tenths. And then the last one, I have 2 story problems to do. It says a dairy produced 60 and 6/10 liters of milk in 3 hours. How much milk on average did the dairy produce per hour? So I'm going to take the total amount of milk and split it into 3 different parts. So that means I'm going to take my 60 and 6/10 divided by 3 to split it into 3 equal parts. Decimal point does have to go up first in the quotient, and 3 goes into 6 2 times, which is 6, but I'm not done. I have numbers to bring down. So 3 goes into 0, cannot. So, which is 0. Subtract. Bring your last number down, which is a 6, and 3 goes into 6 twice, which is 6. So that means I am done. So that means that the dairy produces 20 and 2/10 liters per hour. You should always write a complete sentence, at least label it like I did. So, Mike and 3 friends went out for dinner. If their bill together was $55, how much should each person owe? So you gotta be careful on these questions because it says Mike and 3 friends. So the total amount of people sharing the bill would be 4, not 3, because Mike does have to pay part of his bill. So we're gonna take this $55 and divide because we want to split it into 4 equal parts. Everybody has to pay equal portion of the bill. 4 goes into 5 once, which is 4. Subtract, you get 1. Bring your 5 down. 4 goes into 15 3 times, which is 12. Subtract, I get 3. I'm going to run out of room, guys. I'll do my best here for you guys to be able to see it. Maybe I can move it up a little bit. There we go. And so I need to add a decimal point. If I'm going to add a 0, you can only add the zeros inside the box. And 4 goes into 30 7 times, which is 28. You subtract with a little bit of regrouping, you get 2. Add another 0, bring it down. You can keep going to keep dividing as many zeros as you want, as long as you have that decimal point. Don't have a decimal point, you can't. 4 goes into 25 times, so which is 20. So that means each person owes $13.75, so that they do pay their bill. So that was dividing a decimal by a whole number. Make sure you remember to put the decimal point up into your quotient.